And a pleasant good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. It's your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. Girls Class 2A quarterfinal matchup. And our matchup this evening has number 9 ranked Vanoss with a record of 25-6 coming into the game this evening, taking on Cashion. They're ranked number 2. They are 26-2 on the season. I'm Steve Marshall. Mark Jeffries is alongside as we're excited to bring you games 3 and 4. We've already had 2 games in the books, and we know right now that Christian Heritage will take on Fairview, number 1 versus number 7, tomorrow morning, 10:30 for the semifinals. And Mark, looks to be a good matchup in this contest here this evening.
It really does. Number 2 versus number 9, and I'm telling you, Steve, the number 9 team, Vanoss, the Lady Wolves, they are super young. Starting 2 freshmen, their leading scorers, both freshmen, and I'm thoroughly impressed with number 55, the 6'3" freshman, averaging over 18 points a game. Could be a problem for the Lady Wildcats of Cashion, but they're on a roll. The Lady Wildcats of Cashion on a 13-game winning streak. Their last loss was to number 1 in Class A ceiling, 53-42. They breezed through districts. They had a 40-point winning margin in regionals. Then they had a tough matchup that they won 44-41 over Fairview. Here we are. Should be a good one, Steve.
All right, Vanoss will be in the white jerseys with the red numerals, Cashion with the maroon jerseys and the gold numerals. Tip is in the air, and right away looked like Vanoss had won the tip, but driving and stealing it and taking it in for the first points of the game. Number 22 for Cashion, that's Haley Pickle, and she puts them on top 2-0.
All right, really interested on how they're going to defend Ellis in the paint. The other thing is she's an outside threat. She will pick and pop, she will post up in the paint, and she will shoot the tray.
Pull-up shot on the baseline is up and good, and we are tied at 2 apiece. Basket there for Vanoss. Number 25 is Laramie Dauphin. She, as you mentioned, 4 freshman starters. I don't think I've ever seen that, especially at a state tournament game. And Dauphin is the lone junior on the squad. Turnover gives the ball back to Vanoss. We're tied just seconds literally into the game at 2 apiece.
All right, Lady Wolves, let's see what they throw out there. And the versatility of Ellis is just very, very impressive. She does a great job of moving without the basketball. And she is a threat from the outside, but now they're kind of spreading the floor with her right now.
Ellis, far side, gets in the hands there of number 30. That's Riley Rush. Now with the basketball, number 32 is Lizzie Simpson. Number 12, Caitlin Bird. We've identified all the girls on the floor for Vanoss. Here's a cross-court pass. Shot along the baseline, up and good. Good recognition, got the pass cross court, put it up and good for 2.
Really good vision there to kick it out. The double team was coming from the outside, and she did a great job kicking that out.
Long shot by Cashion is off the mark, no good. We'll set the lineup for Cashion as they get the ball next possession. Vanoss. Coach is Jonathan Hurt. 1 title to Vanoss's legacy. This is their 7th appearance at the state tournament, an overall record of 5-5. Ellis playing the outside game now, even at 6'3". Turns, looks for some help, now drives in the paint. Stripped away from behind. Nice play by number 21, Presley Piasapi. Give me a few times and I'll get that one down, I promise. Good pass work inside, up a little bit too strong, and Ellis is there to clear the miss for Vanoss.
Lady Wildcats for Cashion. Very interesting when Ellis gets the ball in a particular area in the paint. They actually help from the weak side, and they'll double team from the outside. So, in fact, it becomes a triple team when she's active in the paint.
Primarily guarded by number 13. That's Carly Owen. She's a 5'10 senior at 6'2". There's a shot that's up and good.
That's a great move there with the left hand. And no help from the weak side that time. It was basically one-on-one in the paint, and you know who won that battle.
6'2", Vanoss on top. Drives to the basket by Cashion. Shot is missed, but tied up in the backcourt alternate possession, and Vanoss will get it. We're just under the 5-minute mark, 6-2. Cashion scored the first 2 points of the contest, and Vanoss has run off the last 6.
Boy, it is going to be a chess match to see how they defend Ellis every time down the floor.
Ellis gives it now to number 32, Lizzie Simpson. Left baseline, short shot, up and good. Got the kind shooter's roll there. And the basket for Riley Rush. And now it's an 8-2 lead, an 8-0 run here early in the first quarter of play. Nearly in the backcourt. Nice save there by Manning. Coming around the screen is Tally Robinson. Pass goes to the outside, no good, and Vanoss doing a real good job of blocking off, keeping Cashion off the boards.
Steve, I can't tell you, it's been a while since I've seen a freshman with her size play the physical type of game that she's played so far. Very, very physical on both sides of the floor.
17-footer, up and good. And they need a timeout for Cashion. What a start for Vanoss. They gave up the first 2 points of the game. They've run off the last 10 in succession. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here, reminding you that you're watching the Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. And if you're out there watching, we by all means would love for you to tell your friends, your neighbors, anybody in town, across the country and across the world. They can watch at coxhshub.com. Thanks for joining us here this evening.
Steve, Vanoss, they've won 6 of the last 7. They cruised through districts. They lost to number 1 CHA 59-43. I kind of thought it would have been a little bit closer than that, but lost by 16 to the number 1 team in Class 2A and regionals. And then they beat Latta, they beat Hollis, and then they blew out Navajo 61-44 to make it to this point. And wow, what a start for the Lady Wolves.
Meantime, the top player for Cashion, Sydney Manning, coach's daughter, averaging 17.7 points per contest, has hardly had her hands on the basketball. Here's a drive inside, whistle and a foul on the floor. That's Sydney Manning right there.
Did you see that screen up top? Wow.
Yeah, this is a
very, very physical game so far, Steve.
Impressive both ways, and coaches have to make adjustments to see how the game is going to be played. And here early, it looks as though they're going to let them play. Cashion looking to answer back. Drive into the paint, little stop, jump shot short, no good. And the rebound taken in by Laramie Dauphin. This is Caitlin Bird with the basketball. Cross court to Riley Rush. Great defensive play. Sneaking around from behind was Carly Owens, but Vanoss keeps possession. Well, we saw 6 of the 8 teams yet to see Howe and Kiefer, but we know Christian Heritage won their contest. Fairview won. Christian Heritage looked to be in a class of their own, but these 2 teams right here, won't be surprised to see either one of them make it all the way to the finals and maybe even claim that gold ball when we're all finished here tomorrow.
Now, a lot of standing around right now. They're trying to get into their continuity offense, but now Simpson trying to post up inside, and they can't get the ball to her.
Good job defensively. Out top between the circles with the basketball.
Very patient. Kind of ran this little flex set, but now it's trying to get isolation. It's good steal there.
Manning, one-on-one, hesitation dribble, drives left hand, lays it up, no good. Volleying around, one shot and done. Vanoss comes away with the basketball.
Wow, we've talked about it last Thursday in the quarters for small schools, and tonight you have to convert when you get those second and third chance opportunities.
Tempo is slowed a little bit after the breakneck speed that we saw open the contest. Out top, Ellis with the basketball, gives to Lizzie Simpson. They kind of play the high-low game together. Dump it inside. Spins to her left, off the glass, and good for 2.
Yeah, that's too easy. There was no defensive help from the weak side. It was basically one-on-one once again in the paint, and you have to have some help on the rotation from the weak side on that, or have your outside person come in and dig.
Number 14 is Tally Robinson.
Oh, nice pass.
Bounce pass goes off the floor, then off the bottom of the backboard, and Vanoss controls. They've scored the last 12 points in this contest. 3 from the right corner is good. Check out Vanoss. Rush hits the 3. And they're spreading the scoring out too, Mark. It's 4 of the 5 have already scored. Only 2 points so far for Cashion. They trail 15-2. Stop, blocked by Ellis inside, and then bumped. And you can see Cashion starting to get a little bit frustrated. Presley Piasapi is called for the foul. Substitution in for Vanoss. Checking in is number 11.
We do not have a number 11,
I apologize. Don't have a number 11. Coaches turn these rosters in before or on Monday, Tuesday, try to get it all taken care of. Just don't have a number 11. Drive to the basket. Nobody stopped her. Basket is good, and she'll get to go to the free throw line.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better start. They are getting it done from all aspects of the offensive side of the ball, Steve. Inside, penetration, knocking down threes, and just a nightmare start for the Lady Wildcats.
All the starters are in the scorebook now for Vanoss. Free throw on the way. That's up and good. So Bird has 3. 18-2. 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Great first quarter if you're Vanoss. Nightmare if you're Cashion. 3 on the way. No good. Whistle and a foul underneath. Strong offensive rebound inside there for Cashion. Number 31, Tatum Robertson. She's a 6-foot junior. And going to the free throw line will be Robertson to shoot 2.
Steve, I think every game that we have done, I could be wrong, but I think every game that we have done, one team has had just an enormously poor start, and the other team was shooting lights out.
Yep, it's been that way. The games that we've covered last week in the A girls and this week in the 2A girls, both free throws good there for Robertson, so at least that stops the bleeding for the time being. 10 seconds left to go. 18-4, Vanoss on top. 5 seconds, Ellis. Kicks to the wing, penetrate, pull-up shot from the free throw line is no good, but a 2-shot foul coming up.
Yep.
Right at the buzzer, and going to the free throw line once again will be Caitlin Bird. Not afraid to take it inside. They're going to let her shoot now. Yep. It was right as the buzzer was sounding, so she'll get to shoot the 2 free throws. First one is good. Bird now with 4. And she'll get a second. Makes it look easy. 20-4, our score after the first quarter of play. It's Vanoss on top of Cashion on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Welcome back to the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. First quarter is in the books, and what a first quarter for Vanoss. After Cashion scored the first 2 points of the game, Vanoss then ran off the next 18. They went on an 18-2 run. Both teams scored right before the end of the first quarter of play. 20-4, Vanoss on top of Cashion as we head to the second quarter.
I'll tell you what, Steve, I am thoroughly impressed with the way that number 55, the freshman, Ellis for Vanoss is playing. A lot of discussion about the freshman that plays for Preg, and she is playing lights out right now.
Manning gets the shot off, had to alter the shot to get it over Ellis, missed it, and Vanoss controls. Yeah, Vanoss, when you look and see that they had a record of 25-6, you got to figure, man, they must have played up a lot. But as you were going over that schedule, you said that they played Christian Heritage and got beat by 16?
Yeah, in regionals.
So a tough start for the Lady Wildcats of Cashion. They have the basketball, trailing by 16. Just underway, second quarter from the Big House in Oklahoma City. Stop and start dribble. Get it out top.
Oh, nice move there.
Rolls off, no good, but a whistle and a foul. Coach for Vanoss, Jonathan Hurt, wanting a better explanation. That will send Manning to the free throw line. Yet to score in the contest. She averages 17.7 per game. She'll shoot two. The first one is good.
Steve, we said this quite a bit, mainly because of the situation that so many teams have put themselves in. You just got to chip away. You're down by 15. You can cut it to 14, bust it down into single digits, and take it from there.
They get the first points of the second quarter, but still trail 20-6.
You can't let Ellis go one-on-one in the paint.
Well, it's not like she's, standing out there and she's the only weapon that they have. Goes to the free throw line after the foul is called, and that's going to be something the Cashion has to watch, because you can see where Ellis could get several players in foul trouble.
Absolutely. The other thing is that inside game is going to open up the outside game. We saw a lot of, post up, kick it out, knock down the three, penetrate, get to the rack. But so far, a very, very well-planned offensive game for the Lady Devils. The Lady Wolves.
Shot there is up and no good. Cashion breaks back the other way. Manning hits the streaker on the cut, but they can't get the shot to fall. It goes out of bounds off of Vanoss. We've got a foul on the play. The Vanoss coach, he's winning 20-6. He's taking his jacket off, and he is chewing on the official.
Hey, man, you want those guys to be your buds. You want to make friends out there, not enemies.
Yeah, you do that when you're behind by 16, not up.
He's got to like what he's seen so far, though.
I'm very impressed with this start. Get the inbounds pass. Nice cutter. Manning to the hole. Up and good for two more. Manning starting to get untracked.
Just continue to chip away and do everything you can to stop the inside game that the Lady Wolves have.
Little 6-2 run put together by Cashion. They trail 20-8. Just about 6 minutes left to go here before halftime. Vanoss got off to a blistering start.
Lady Wildcats going to a 2-3 zone.
On the wing now.
Now they're matched up. They kind of switched out of it and went man-to-man. Either that or they're totally matching up out of it. Oh, nice steal there.
Ellis puts the ball on the floor, taken away, driving in. Tried to initiate the contact, look for a foul call, none forthcoming, but an offensive rebound and a putback is good. And we've got a timeout on the floor as Coach wants to take a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. The coach, Jonathan Hurt, for Vanoss, Tatsi Manning for Cashion, and what was an 18-2 lead for Vanoss. Now it's an 8-2 run for Cashion the other way, and 20-10 is our score.
No reason to panic right now. Taking a big chunk off of that lead, Steve, and you want to stick with your game plan. So many times you think, they go on a 18-2 run to start the game. Oh, we need to change stuff. No need for that. Stay calm, stay with the plan, get stops, and really make adjustments on the defensive side of the floor, and stick with your offensive game plan. And they only trail by 10 now and really have a little bit of momentum.
All right. Lady Wolves with the basketball, leading by 10.
There you have it right there.
Stolen away, then loses her footing. I never heard the whistle, did you?
No.
And you just she went to her knees, and she's in front of the table, so I didn't know if she was in bounds or out of bounds.
Huh.
But she was trying to explain it to the referee, pleading her case.
That was quite bizarre.
And I never heard a whistle. Regardless, it's Vanoss basketball. driving the baseline. Nice tough defense taken away by the Lady Wildcats. Outlet pass to the front court, shoot the three on the way, missed it. Fighting for the rebound, out of bounds. They're going to say it's going to be still Cashion basketball.
Yeah, that's a good call. Went off the leg, foot of Simpson as the ball was pounded off of the rebound and went off the foot and went out of bounds.
Right at the 5-minute mark here in the second quarter, 20-10. Tough shot, no good. Again, a lot of times it's not how many blocks you get, but how many shots you alter, and Ellis is certainly doing that.
Look at Ellis leading the break.
Ball handler there, number 12 is Caitlin Bird. She's impressive. Ellis looking to get the pass inside. Cashion denies that.
I'm going to throw this out there, Steve. With last week and so far what we've seen tonight, have we seen a 3-second call?
That's a good point. I don't think we have.
We haven't.
Manning with the steal. Back the other way for Cashion. Drives, puts it up, gets
Nice
the roll.
move there.
Shot is up and good. Manning, who had the slow start, now has 6. And suddenly that 16-point lead is now just 8.
Chipping away. You got the big lead, so what? Plenty of time left. Stick to the plan and get stops. You're going to put yourself back in this game.
Vanoss has not scored in this second quarter. Cross court, driving the baseline. Shot is up, it is good, and I believe it'll count. Count the basket. Number 25 for Vanoss, that is Laramie Dauphin. She has 4 points already. And she gets the 3-point play. So Dauphin adds to her total, and now it's 23-12. Cashion misses. Vanoss clears. Pulls up, avoids the defender, shoots the three, and it's good.
Yeah, it's an open look. Cannot give up the open look. When they create space like that and get an open look, you have to make sure you close out. That's a nice comeback there, though.
Basket for Cashion back the other way, 25-14. Ellis about 17 feet away from the basket. Coach Manning is up at the end of the bench, trying to draw the attention of the baseline official there.
They are really letting them play. This is probably the most physical game we've seen. This is game number 6 over 2 weeks. And they are really, really playing physical. Letting them play.
Pace is slowed just a bit. 11-point lead for the Lady Wolves. Just about 2.5 minutes left to go before halftime. Lob it inside, go to Ellis, off the glass, good for 2.
Yeah, the weak side help. Too late, rotating over, and once again, just having her way inside the paint.
Cashion had cut it to 8. They're back down now by 13. Here's a baseline shot, swish is good. Basket there by number 13. Knocking it down was Carly Owens. You know, we saw some 6A girls basketball during the course of the year, and I don't know that any of those schools had a better starting 5. Probably had more depth, but I'm very impressed with this Vanoss team. Cashion we knew about. A couple of state championships under Totsie Manning at Deer Creek, and a whistle and a foul called against Cashion.
Yeah, that's going to be the 16th foul, so no free throws yet. The next foul, they will be going to the line.
Minute and a half left to go here in this first half of play. Cashion.
Oh, that's great defense there. Do you see how they doubled?
Oh, nice steal.
Yeah.
Taken away by Manning, and then she's fouled on the play. Fouled by number 25, Laramie Dauphin, as she tried to get it back, dove for the basketball, and took out the Cashion player with it.
Steve, that all developed as a result of the way that they doubled Ellis on the inbounds play there. Great, great job.
Sydney Manning with the basketball. Penetrates, drives, shot up off the glass, no good, tipped around, loose ball, tied up, and that'll belong to Vanoss. Both teams in the bonus the rest of this first half with just about a minute 15 left to go.
Let's see if they go for one. I'm looking over at the bench. He hasn't signaled anything. They've shown a little bit of patience since that first quarter, so let's see if they go for one shot.
Nearly walked on a great defensive play by Manning. 3-on-1 for Cashion. Great bounce pass inside, up and good.
All right, defense, defense, defense. What a great turnaround there to get it down into single digits.
Payasapi with the basket, 27-18. Just about 40 seconds left to go here before half. Cashion fighting back. Trailed at one point by 16. Lob inside, back down. Taken away by Cashion. Manning drives it in. Shot is up. It is good.
On the floor, though.
But it's on the floor. No basket. If you can't tell, we're sitting by the Cashion fans.
That's a good call. Contact really did take
so
place
too.
on the floor. This is not the NBA. No continuation on that. But, you know, you make two here. You cut it down to 7. You've kind of survived the 18-2 run, and you go into halftime, make a few adjustments, and you're right back in this thing. Here's the other thing, too, Steve, is they've done a much better job in the second quarter defending the inside-outside game of the Lady Wolves.
Manning's second free throw is good. She's 4 for 4 from the stripe, 8 points overall, and we've got ourselves a 7-point ball game now. Tatsi Manning doing a good job making some changes. So our team trailing early by 16. And again, they've got it back to within 7. 13 seconds left to go here before halftime. Ellis is the cutter. Down low, gets inside, tries to scoop under. No good. And Manning back the other way. Drives, puts it up, left it just short. Would have been a big basket, but the half comes to a close. Coach Tatsi Manning looking for a foul on that play. Not going to get it. Halftime intermission. Vanoss on top of Cashion, your Oklahoma Ford dealers game of the week here on the Cox High School Hub. We'll take a timeout and come back with some halftime fun for you. Stay with us.
Oklahoma. It's in our name. We are Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. We're here when skies are blue and when you need us most. We are where you are, with offices in all 77 counties. From our urban streets to our winding country roads, we've been protecting Oklahoma since 1946, so you can focus on what really matters. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your 2 favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair, only at Mazio's.
Get into something good, like Brahms Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae.
Get into something good.
big dips of Brahms premium vanilla ice cream, rich and creamy hot fudge, a shower of toasted almonds, whipped cream, and a cherry. Now you've got something good. A double dip hot fudge sundae. Every day's a Sunday at your neighborhood Brahms.
Get into something good.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Want to see a trick?
You make it for those who need an extra hand
Moxie.
and a little heads up.
You okay, bud?
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Now current Ford owners can get a new Escape with 0% financing plus up to $2,000 cash back only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Welcome back to the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. Class 2A girls quarterfinals. We're at the half, and Vanoss leading number 2 Cashion by a score of 27-20. Cashion got the first 2 points of the ball game, and then after that, Vanoss got the next 18. They led it 18-2, and after the first quarter, it was 20-4. Vanoss on top. Cashion then made some adjustments, sort of got things figured out, battled back, got it to within 8 early in that second quarter, got back down by 13, but then scored the final 6 points of the half, and right now it's 27-20. We got ourselves a ball game here, Mark.
Absolutely. 2 stats that I want to point out. 12 points in the paint by the Lady Wolves out of the 27. They shot the ball extremely well, 64%, 11 for 17, 4 for 4 from a from the free throw line, and they had 5 points off of turnovers. But I really think that the difference that Cashion made to cut into that lead was the defensive play by number 13, Carly Owens. She was guarding Ellis. And the physicality that she was playing Ellis with in that second quarter really made a huge difference. Ellis 3 for 6, but she wasn't getting that many looks, and they did a much, much better job at bringing the weak side help over when she did get the ball in the paint, and I really think that's the difference.
And you look at it, you mentioned the shooting percentages, 64% for Vanoss, 32% essentially for Cashion. Both teams combined 10 for 10 from the free throw line. I always said girls could shoot free throws a lot better than the guys could. No doubt about that. We're at the halftime. When we come back, we'll tell you about today's earlier action. 2 teams are already off to the semifinals. We'll have another one punch their ticket here this evening, and still one more game after that. We'll tell you about it all when we return right here on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
Oklahoma. It's in our name. We are Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. We're here when skies are blue and when you need us most. We are where you are, with offices in all 77 counties. From our urban streets to our winding country roads, we've been protecting Oklahoma since 1946, so you can focus on what really matters. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Welcome back, Fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. We're at the halftime of the girls' Class 2A quarterfinal. Vanoss has the best of it to this point. They lead Cashion by a score of 27-20. The earlier games that took place today, the 2 o'clock game saw the number 1 team in the state, defending champion Christian Heritage, improve their record to 28-0 on the season as they wiped out Shodo by a final score of 60-32. Then our contest at 3:30, that one went to Fairview as they defeated Mounds. Final score in that contest was 46-39. So, Class 2A girls semifinals from what we know so far. 10:30 tomorrow morning, number 1 Christian Heritage takes on number 7 Fairview. So your thoughts on that matchup or anything else that's going on in this game here, Mark?
I'm really interested to see if any adjustments are made offensively by Cashion. They did a much, much better job. They outscored the Lady Wolves in the second quarter 16-7, but a lot of that was a result of the more pressure that they put on the defensive side of the ball. They created some turnovers. They ran the break a couple times. So if they're going to continue to really, really inch their way back into this game and potentially take the lead here in the third quarter, hey, they've got to keep the volume knob on the defensive side, and they really need to take advantage of when they do have the opportunity to run and really finish around the rim.
27-20 is our halftime score. Vanoss on top of Cashion. That's the number 9 team in Class 2A girls, on top of the number 2 team, the Cashion Lady Wildcats. Of course, there's other basketball going on at sub-sites for 2A boys, 3A boys and girls also, as well as 4A and up in the Tulsa area, 5A and 6A. And Mark has out his handy Squirtle app, so we will probably be checking some of the scores as we go along here in this second half. But what a first half it started off to be for Vanoss as they jumped out to that 18-2 lead. Cashion settled back in and drew that lead back down to 7. That's where we sit right now with Vanoss on top of Cashion by a score of 27-20.
All right, Steve, 2 scores of note in boys action. We'll get to girls scores here momentarily, but at the half, probably the best matchup that the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets have had all season long. They only lead Ada by 3 at the half. I mean, I think their average margin of victory is either 25 or 30. They just have blown out everybody, haven't really had a close game. I think their closest game was maybe 15 points. And Ada, hey, they got a couple of players, obviously, with Kobe Burgess. They have a freshman, a 6'5 freshman that is very, very good. So Kingfisher are having a little bit of issue with Ada. A couple other scores, Carl Albert in 5A leads Booker T 43-36. At the half, Kingston, number 1 in Class 3A boys, leads Sperry 40-28. So no surprise there.
All right, second half underway. Cashion has the basketball as we begin things here for one of these teams. 2 more quarters, and they're in the semifinals. For the other, the season comes to a close. Nobody wants that. Here's a shot from the corner for 3 by Cashion that's off the mark, just a little short. Vanoss comes down with the rebound, and they get it in the hands of their point guard, Caitlin Bird. Balanced scoring in that first half for Vanoss as Dauphin had 9, 6 for Ellis in the middle, 5 apiece for Rush and for Bird, and Lizzie Simpson had 2. Leading the way for Cashion, Sydney Manning had 8 points, 4 points for Payasapi, and also Carly Owens and Haley Pickle with 2.
That's back-to-back turnovers. If you go back to the second quarter, trying to get the ball inside to Ellis. So the last 2 times down the floor, difficulty getting the ball in the paint.
Shot for 3 from the left corner is no good. Offensive rebound, get it back. That does everything but go in. So Cashion with a couple of good looks, just couldn't get the ball to fall, and Vanoss comes back the other way. 1 minute into this third quarter of play. Ellis has been quiet, doing a good job in there on the inside. Carly Owens, there's the pass and a whistle and a foul. That time they didn't go to Ellis, but they instead tried to get it inside there to number 32, Lizzie Simpson. And again, as Mark said, 4 of the 5 starters on this Vanoss team are freshmen.
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
I mentioned at half, I think for Cashion, the job that number 13, Carly Owens, is doing defensively on Ellis is really, really making a difference now. She's a little frustrated, really trying to create some type of separation, not only in the paint but also outside, and just hasn't been able to have her freedom.
Simpson gets both free throws. Simpson now with 4 points on the evening, 29-20. 9-point advantage for the Lady Wolves. Corner for three, won't go. Tipped around, controlled. Breaking out of the pack and headed back the other way is Bird for Vanoss. Riley Rush is in there. This is Emery Ellis with the basketball. Had 6, got most of those in the early going in that first half of play. Pass there is denied. Little talking going on. And inbound pass coming here from Caitlin Bird. Looks inside, looks for her second option. Throws it out top, gets it to Riley Rush. Swinging around the perimeter. Trying to lob it inside. Good read there defensively.
Steve, that's 3 consecutive turnovers when they try to get the ball inside with the high-low action. And the Lady Wildcats doing a great job defending that.
Manning goes around the screen, shoots the 3. No good. Offensive rebound. Put back is blocked by Ellis. Then a tie basketball, and it will belong to Vanoss.
Really, really like the way that Owens is battling defensively. She's got an attitude and a very, very physical player, and she's making a difference right now defensively for the Lady Wildcats.
Only 2 points so far here in the first 2.5 minutes of this third quarter. We make a big deal out of Vanoss having 4 freshmen. That's great that they have so much talent in the future, but how many big games have these girls played in, obviously, if they're freshmen?
Great point.
See if they can hold them off. Ellis drives, kicks. 3 is in the air, and it spins out and then back in.
See that right there, Steve? That is not a freshman play. That is a well-experienced, fine-tuned player that has the ability and the vision to be able to see that kick out.
Shot for Cashion, misses the mark. So a 32-20 lead. What was 7 is now back up. Dauphin, who came into the game averaging 6 points, has 12 here, and we're just opening the first half of quarter number 3. Sometimes you get some of these young ladies that, given the opportunity, foul trouble or what have you, rise to the occasion. Nice move inside. No stopping Ellis that time.
Yeah, see, that's where you got to have that weak side help, or you got to rotate over. You don't want to give up the layup. If you're going to give anything up, give up the 3, but can't continue to give up the layup.
Cashion got down big in that first half, then battled back to get it to within 7. Here's a shot that's up and good. Basket by Payasapi. She now has 6 points on the night. 34-22. Ellis for 3. That's no good.
That's a tough shot right there. I mean, I think possibly that was frustration because she hasn't been able to get the ball. They've had 3 consecutive turnovers trying to get the high-low, trying to feed the ball to her inside the paint. She was open. She had some space, so she decided to shoot the 3, but not really the best shot that you can have at this stage of the game.
Manning works on Bird. Passes down low, baseline, little 14-footer swish.
That's a good-looking shot there.
Payasapi cuts it back to a 10-point lead. Vanoss with the basketball and the lead.
Way too much space on that. Need to D up.
Getting down close to 3 minutes left to go here in this third quarter. High post, tipped away, controlled by Cashion. And a foul is called against Vanoss.
I know Coach Hurt, he is really upset with the physical play. It doesn't matter if it's Simpson or if it's Ellis inside the paint. Very, very upset at the refs, but hey, they're letting them play. You got to make adjustments. If you can't get the ball inside the paint, you got to figure out another way to create.
Down by 10. Cashion has the basketball, looking to cut into that lead. Payasapi out top. Little 16-footer up and good there. Basket by Haley Pickle. She now has 6. And we're back to an 8-point ball game.
Let's see what they do here. Are they going to try and feed it in once again? But now they're going to take an outside jumper. No good.
Bird misses. Manning rebounds. Outlet down the floor. Taking it to the hole. Tough shot. Right hand. Missed it. And we got a foul.
Yeah, it's going to be over the back. So many times when you miss a in-close shot like that, it's just a reaction to try and go after that rebound. But they had position on that, hence the over-the-back foul.
Ellis, from appearance, looks to be a bit gassed, but brings the ball across the timeline, puts it on the floor, and has her shot blocked. That doesn't happen very often, but a foul is called. And that's going to go against number 31. That's going to be Tayden Robertson.
How many 6'3" freshmen do you see bring the ball up, go to the left side, and pull up for the little 12-foot jumper?
There's a shot that is up and good. The free throw there by Ellis. I don't know if the AAU program is as strong for the girls as it is for the boys, but you got to imagine she's playing at the most elite level. Manning has been one of the top players in the state at the 5A level for Deer Creek for a number of years before moving over with mom and coach Totsi Manning. Both free throws are good. Back to a 10-point lead now for Vanoss. A shot and a whistle and a foul.
See, that's a great move. That's taking advantage of the space that they're going to give. If you're going to open up a gap like that and not rotate over from the weak side, take it to the rack every single time.
Both teams with 3 fouls. Manning at the free throw line. She's making a living at that stripe.
What was it, our first game of the night? Shoto did not shoot a free throw the entire game.
And then the first half of this game, the teams were 10 of 10. Manning misses the second one, but they get the offensive rebound. And a wrestling match ensues. I don't know what that was about. I had turned my head, and the ball's going to belong to Cashion.
No, I don't think so. I think they gave it to Vanoss. Wow, that was a crazy play. Almost WWE-esque there.
I had looked down to put some stats in the book, heard the thud, heard the crowd, and we're back to the action with just about 1:45 left to go, third quarter. 9-point advantage for Vanoss, so they have the basketball. Here's a drive and a shot up and good. Got to be impressed with the way that Caitlin Bird has been playing. Again, she comes in averaging 8 points per contest. She has that already. Shot from the outside, no good.
Oh, nice rebound there.
Left it a little short. Pump fake, goes up, scores 2.
Owens, she's playing a heck of a game. Really, really playing physical. We've mentioned that all game long, but she's been a difference maker here as they cut into the lead.
Back down to 9. Vanoss on top. Move it out to number 32, Simpson. Here's a drive by Bird. Kicks to the corner. Wide open 3. Air ball. Manning with the rebound. 50 seconds left to go, third quarter. Cashion would really like a basket here. Oh, great pass inside.
Yeah, look who she was passing it to. Once again, Owens. She's had a heck of a second quarter.
She really has. So Owens will go to the free throw line. 6 points on the evening. First one is good. And now it's an 8-point advantage. It was 7 at half, and it's 7 now. Just kind of got there in different angles this time. Here's Bird with 38 seconds.
Gonna go for one.
Bird starts in, then backs it out. Down to 12 seconds left. High post to Ellis. Had it, threw it to the corner, out of bounds. Was it deflected by Cashion?
They're going to say it's tipped. Wow, that's a tough call there.
Vanoss basketball with 9 seconds left. Throw it out near midcourt. 5 seconds.
Looks like they're going to try
Bird
and do
with
some
the basketball.
ISO stuff. No.
In the corner, they won't even get the shot off.
No, that's not a good finish to the half there for the Lady Wolves.
All right, so we have completed 3. Fourth quarter awaits us. 7-point lead for Vanoss, 38-31 on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Welcome back to the Fairgrounds in Oklahoma City, along with Mark Jeffries. I'm Steve Marshall, and we have ourselves what looks to be a great fourth quarter of action. Vanoss has built leads up to 17 points. 16, it's been back down to 8, and right now it stands at 7, 38-31. Vanoss on top. 8 minutes left to go in regulation time.
Like I said, I think the big difference defensively was how number 13, Carly Owens for the Lady Wildcats, has really shut down Ellis. They are 0 for 4 on the last times to go inside, try to get something done on the paint.
Manning throws up a wild shot, missed it, and Vanoss controls. Bird into the front court, kicks to the corner, shot for 3. That's no good. Manning grabs the miss. Quick outlet, back the other way comes Cashion. Shot is blocked out of bounds by Ellis, and they'll inbound underneath the Vanoss basket.
Steve, did you see the contact after the shot on that 3 down there? We talked about that last week, and I like that call. I'm glad it was a no call. It needs to be a no call.
Cashion with the basketball. They trail by 7. Here's a drive to the right side.
Great
off the glass
move there.
and good. Payasapi, 2 more.
Here they come, Steve. They've kind of weathered the storm, and now they are in position here in the final quarter to really put the clamps on what's been a great game so far for both teams.
It's as close as it has been since very early in the contest. Little floater by Bird up and good for 2. And the girls getting a little physical out there. Hey, but I like it. You know, a lot of times you see the finesse teams, and these girls, both of them, battling out there because they know what's at stake. You win, you play tomorrow.
Just like last game, the crowd behind us, there was an individual that said, "How much do you want it?"
That's right.
And you could tell both of these teams really going at it from a physicality standpoint. And you got to give it up to Cashion. They fought back, weathered the storm. They were down 18-2 to start the game and just chipped away and really turned the volume knob up on the defensive side of the ball. Ran the break a little bit, did some things that got them back into the game, and now they only trail by 7.
7:01 left to go in regulation time here for the Fairgrounds in Oklahoma City.
Steve got some scores, an update on the Ada Kingfisher game. Ada now leads going into the fourth quarter, 34-33. Kingston still leading. It's still halftime, 40-28. Another interesting score, boys Class 6A right now in the third quarter. Edmond Memorial leads Broken Arrow 36-35.
Shane Coward can coach him up, I'll tell you. Vanoss on defense now. Cashion brings it across the timeline. Payasapi drives right side, blocked at the last second by Ellis, as she just did get a fingertip on it.
She's so long. I'd be really interested to see what her wingspan is.
Yeah, first time I've noticed it. You're exactly right.
Oh, nice play there
But Manning overcompensates because she could see Ellis coming at her.
What a great inbounds play. Everybody reacted to the ball going deep, and then she just snuck underneath all of the coverage.
Payasapi pulls up, shoots the jumper from just inside the free throw line. It is good. And it's back to a 5-point ball game. Payasapi now with a dozen. Went for the steal, missed it. Easy 2 points there. Up and good by Laramie Dauphin.
Up and down we go.
Back and forth, tipped, out of bounds. It'll still be Cashion basketball.
Let's see if they learned from that last inbounds play. Keep your eye on whoever's throwing the ball in. Who do they have throwing the ball in here? They have
number 20 for Cashion is Lexi Maroney. I don't think she's been in yet tonight. Seeing her first action. Manning, a long three.
Oh, a huge tray.
We got a 4-point ball game. Manning with a big three as we go under the 6-minute mark here in this 2A quarterfinal matchup. It's been a good one. Bird to the corner. Looks inside for Ellis. Kicks it outside. Shot on the way. That one won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Manning. Outlet back the other way. Layup. Good for Toe. She left it up short and missed it.
Well, let's remember that one. We'll see how costly that miss is.
Back the other way. Another great defensive play by Payasapi.
Wow.
And then a foul.
Wow.
That's some action right there, folks.
Steve, you will be amazed how often when you miss a layup like that, it's like the golden rule. Down on the other end, a layup's going to take place. You miss a layup, you give up a layup. That time, great defense to get back on that. Wow, we're in for a finish here.
Cashion with the basketball, trailing by 4. Payasapi's had a huge second half. Really come to life. Inside, shot is up and it's good. Big basket there by Carly Owens.
I told you, she's been the difference here in the second half.
2-point ball game. Started to pull up and shoot the three, got rid of it just in time. Entry pass there. Good job, put it up off the glass and scored for 2. That's Lizzie Simpson with the first points that she scored in a while, and we've got a timeout on the floor. 4:55 left to go in the ball game. Vanoss on top of Cashion, 44-40 here on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Go, go, go. Wait! Can you take the kids?
We've got room.
You make it so the morning routine stays routine.
Did you just upload your homework?
We have Wi-Fi, Mom.
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand.
See you at 4.
Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Now current Ford owners can get a new Explorer with 0% financing plus up to $4,500 cash back only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Back live at the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City, girls Class 2A quarterfinal. 4:55 left to go in the ball game. Vanoss is led by 1 point at 13. They led by 1 point by 17. And Cashion has battled back. They're within 4, and they have the basketball.
Steve, you mentioned the youth. Yes, it is solid as far as the effort we've seen so far, but the youth and the mental part of the game, there you have it.
Payasapi makes it a 2-point contest.
Can they handle the pressure?
14 now for Payasapi. Shot from the corner for 3 is off the mark, no good. Cashion comes away with the miss. Here comes Carly Owens. Gives to Manning. Manning, 3 ball! And Cashion takes the lead.
Down 18-2. They take the lead with just over 4 minutes remaining in the game.
Manning hits the big 3, the first time that they have led since it was 2-0. Ellis trying to back her way down. Moves into the paint. Little running shot is up and good, and a foul on the play. How about that?
That'll silence the crowd right there. They've had no inside game. Remember, they had a string there 4 or 5 times, could not get the ball inside the paint. She hasn't been able to do anything really in the second half. Really the first scoring inside the paint so far here in this half.
Free throw is good. It's back to a 2-point lead for Vanoss. As we're under 4 minutes to go. Manning, hesitation, right side. Drives in, 14-footer. Up and no good. Ellis comes down with the rebound.
That's a good look, though.
Have the open shot, a little too strong. Inside, shot is up. That's no good. Rebound by Owens. She's been a quiet MVP, as you've mentioned several times. Manning, boy, she wanted to shoot that three. Held off on it. She has 15 and shoots here. Long one hit is good.
Wow.
Are you having fun yet? Manning's second three down the stretch. Gives Cashion the lead back at 48-47. And now a steal in the backcourt. Best ball game that we've been part of last week and so far today. And instructions from the sideline. Tatsi Manning wants to talk to her girls as they have a 1-point lead with just under 3 minutes to go. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here.
Both teams have 5 team fouls, so with both teams having 1 foul to give, really in good position if you get to the point where you got to start fouling somebody. But, man, the effort by Cashion, Steve, especially here in the second half, they could have very easily, and it shows the maturity in this team. Down 18-2 to start. They didn't really change anything up. What they did do is they really shut down the inside game, and adjustments not really made. The Lady Wolves for Vanoss not able to knock down some trays, had some critical turnovers, and with less than 3 minutes remaining here, it's anybody's game.
Manning hit a three at the 6:02 mark to draw Cashion within 4, 42-38. And then a little later, about 2 minutes later, she hit another three. That gave Cashion their first lead since the very first points of the ball game, and she just drained another. So she has 9 points in just the last 4 minutes or so. 1-point lead for Cashion. They have the basketball.
Probably going to show a little bit of patience here.
Both teams with 5 team fouls, so not in the 1-and-1 situation just yet.
Owens is not on the floor after the timeout. She's had a heck of a second half.
Lexi Maroney is in, number 20. Also at the high post is Tatum Robertson. She has the basketball now. Interesting way to finish the game as we're getting ready to get down to the 2-minute mark as Manning drives the far side. Pass out top.
Yeah, they're going to burn it, Steve. They're going to burn that clock.
Again, just 5 team fouls on both squads. There's Sappy, and there's a foul. That's going to be called on Bird.
Looks like it's going to come down to free throws. You make free throws, you have a really good shot at getting the W and moving on.
Bird has picked up her 4th personal foul. A little gimpy as she gets up. Checking into the lineup for the very first time for Vanoss. Trying to see what number that is. Young lady in the lineup now for Vanoss, number 10. That's Marima Hill. Bodies flying as hard picks being set.
That was a screen there.
Manning backs out near midcourt, goes around the screen. Minute 30 to play. Cashion leads by 1.
You got to start thinking about fouling here with about 15 more seconds peeling off the clock. You get close to a minute, that's where you really got to go after it.
Loose basketball and a whistle. Coach Hurt on the far side, rather than throw a fit, just took off sprinting towards the end of the bench, turned around and sat down. Stroked at his beard a couple times and then decides to get some substitutes in as Bird is fouled out. Number 30 checking in for Vanoss. That's Riley Rush. along with number 25, Laramie Dolphin. 1-1 situation coming up for Cashion. They lead by 1 with just under a minute 20 to play. Big free throws right here. 1-1 situation, first one good.
No matter what happens here, plenty of time. Get a good look. You don't have to rush things, even if she knocks down this throw.
2-point lead, 3-point lead. 50-47, Cashion on top. Here's Ellis trying to back her way down, turns, spins, shoots, rolls out, no good. Rebounded by Manning, and you know she's going to take her time.
Yeah, now you have to foul. You want to stretch the game out as far as you can. You got to foul. Driving,
pitching to the corner, and then back out top. 50 seconds left to go.
That's what coach is calling for. He's saying foul, foul, foul. You're letting too much time peel off the clock now.
Well, you don't want to foul Manning.
No.
We're down to 40 seconds to play. Cashion by 3. They've got the basketball. And there's the foul. Foul called on number 32. That's going to be the 4th foul on Lizzie Simpson. And Paya Sappi going to the free throw line. She has really turned out big, her and Manning especially here in the second half of play. Free throw in and out, no good. That would have made it a 2-possession ball game. 50-47. Nearly walked.
Oh, I thought she did.
I thought she did too. No call, and now a foul call. Woo, what could have been, what might have been.
Holy moly.
Clock stopped. Just under 25 seconds, and we're going to get a full timeout here.
We'll keep it here.
Absolutely. 50-47. Vanoss has the basketball. They trail by 3. Team fouls, 8 against Vanoss, 6 for Cashion, so 1-1 the rest of the way for both teams. And if Vanoss has to foul a second time, it would be the automatic 2. The possession arrow, it belongs to Vanoss. Wow, what a game. Back and forth we have gone. Manning for a while was just unstoppable from the outside.
Steve, I really like they're letting them play. This game has been very, very physical from the start. I think the man in stripes have done a great job. They've let them play, very physical, both teams banging around in the paint. And very impressed with some of the adjustments that have been made, especially in the second half. And you got to give it up. No matter what happens, the Lady Wildcats of Cashion down 18-2. They fought back. They kept chipping away. They really shut down the paint. And it's still anybody's game. You knock down a 3 here, wow. Got to make free throws.
23 seconds left. Timeouts. Cashion has 3. Vanoss only has 1. Something tells me this game's going to be decided in the next 10 to 15 seconds. 1 possession basketball game. Again, the possession arrow belongs to Vanoss as they try to inbound. Throw it out top. Shoot the 3 for the tie. Off, no good. Ellis tipped it. Loose on the floor. Vanoss comes away with it in the corner. 15 seconds left. Driving, lost it. Manning comes up with a loose basketball, and she's fouled.
Wow.
Vanoss had a couple of decent looks. Couldn't finish.
She had an open look, too, on the kick out there. That's the one thing, when you leave the huddle, you try to make sure that your players understand what the situation is. And when you're down 3, less than 15 seconds left, hey, you got to throw the 3 ball up. You got to get that shot off beyond the arc. I understand a very, very young team, and I'm telling you right now, Steve, this will not be the last time that this group of girls are in this position.
Simpson is fouled out, and there's a huge free throw from the senior. Sydney Manning makes it a 2-possession ball game with under 10 seconds to play. Got them both. 51-47. Cashion on top. Ellis shoots the 3 on the way. It's short. Rebounded by Manning underneath, and that's going to do it. The Cashion Lady Wildcats storm back
Wow.
and get the victory tonight, 52-47 over Vanoss. What a basketball game.
Great game. We're going to come back and wrap this up, but best basketball game I've seen for a while, Steve.
Absolutely. Great game, and the girls both deserve to win that contest, but it's Cashion that takes it. They'll move on to tomorrow's semifinals. We'll take a timeout, come back with a wrap-up for you. Still Game 4 yet to come here on the Cox High School Hub. It's your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
Oklahoma. It's in our name. We are Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. We're here when skies are blue and when you need us most. We are where you are, with offices in all 77 counties. From our urban streets to our winding country roads, we've been protecting Oklahoma since 1946, so you can focus on what really matters. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Welcome back to the fairgrounds. Wow, what a basketball game we just saw as Cashion roars from behind and takes down Vanoss 52-47. They trailed 18-2 in the first quarter. They were down by 7 at half. They were down by 7 at the end of 3 quarters. And that fourth quarter was back and forth, a 5-point lead, a 4-point lead, got it down to 2. Manning hit one of her 3 big threes down the stretch with 3:20 left to go to give Cashion their first lead at 45-44, but Ellis answered back as Vanoss went back on top 47-45. Manning hit another 3, and then, of course, they made their free throws down the stretch, and Cashion has advanced as they win by a final score of 52-47. So Cashion moves on. They'll play tomorrow at 4:30. They will play the winner of our next game between Kiefer and Howe. Mark?
Wow, what a ball game. As you mentioned, the game starts out 18-2, an 18-2 run, and you got to give it up to Cashion and how they made adjustments. They really took away everything that was taking place during that 18-2 run, made some adjustments, chipped away. The lead was 7, and who would have thought that the game would have came down to the last 23 seconds with Vanoss having an opportunity to tie it up with a tray with 23 seconds left. But a very, very entertaining game. The Lady Wildcats get it done in the clutch at the free throw line. And, I'm interested to see how they play going up against the winner of this next game that we're going to do. They are solid. Obviously, senior leadership came into play. And when you can knock down free throws in a clutch situation like that and close it out, fantastic job. And give it up to both teams. Will not be the last time that we see the Lady Wolves in the big house.
Absolutely not. And again, a team that started 4 freshmen here this evening. Maybe it was a factor, the fact that they hadn't been on such an arena or such a stage such as this, but again, they get the victory. Cashion does by a final score of 52-47. Anything that jumps out number-wise before we take off from here?
Now, shooting percentage, Vanoss, they shot 51% from the floor. Lady Wildcats get it done, only shooting 35%. But once again, they had 21 points in the fourth quarter, and that was really the difference. They really, really turned up. The defensive stopped and really created some situations to win by 5 and move on toward the gold ball.
Yeah, the Vanoss crowd will look and see that they were outscored 21-9, a 12-point differential in that fourth quarter, and that was to be their demise. 52-47, Cashion wins it, and they will play the winner of our next game. Coming up, it's Kiefer and Howe on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. We'll step aside, be back in about 10 minutes for the tip-off of our final game of the evening. Stay with us.